I'm not able to take here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Preethi.
Okay. Actually, I want to use my Windows. I have two laptops open. One is Windows, one is Apple. In Apple, I can't use the PPT, so I have opened both.
Varsha?
Yeah, Lakshmi, you can
Yeah,
can
yeah.
welcome the students and maybe
Yes.
it's 4-1. Maybe wait for a couple of minutes more and because people
Yeah.
are trickling in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Those of you who have joined, and thank you for joining on time. Really appreciate it. Looks like there are people are coming in, and we will get started in exactly a minute more.
I think they are having few of our students are having college, so that's why it's getting delayed.
Lakshmi, I think we can get started.
Thank you. Thank you, Varsha. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to WitchHunt AI Hackathon learning session. I hope all of you are excited about idea submission, and we are also getting a lot of idea submissions, and the date is around the corner. Um, Today, I'm pleasure to introduce our speaker, Dr. Preethi Mahadev. With over 23 years of experience across diverse industries, she brings deep expertise in project management and business analysis, along with global exposure, working with teams across North America, Europe, and Asia. She holds a PhD in pattern recognition from the University of Mysore and has strong expertise in the field of artificial intelligence and big data. Today, she will be taking us through an insightful session on AI, ML, and generative AI. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Preethi Mahadev.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for that introduction. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you all. Thank you all for joining the session. I hope this session will be insightful, and you'll be using these concepts and understandings in your hackathons in a productive way. I'll share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we are, but it's still buffering. So,
okay.
Do you want us to share the screen?
That would be, I think it is working now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's come up. Yeah.
Okay. You can put that in the screen share mode. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. So today we'll be looking into what AI in everyday life is, and how we can change that from awareness to advantage, right? And how we can use AI smartly for both personal and professional use while learning, during improving your career or entering your career, and in daily life. Next page, please. Do I have control over this PPT, or? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I don't see the screen. Are you sharing the screen, Lakshmi? Sorry, I'm seeing a blank screen.
You are only sharing it. Do you want me to share?
Yeah, can you please share it? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's buffering and not broadcasting. You can share the screen. Sure, sure.
Yeah. Can you see, Preethi?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah. Okay. So how many of you have not used AI today? Think of it. Have not used AI. If you can raise your hands. Okay, so that means all of you have used AI, right? So if you're Googling, if you're using YouTube, if you're using your Gmap, if you're using, Amazon or Flipkart for shopping, Netflix for, looking at, seeing, watching movies, you are all using AI, right? So our life has been completely intertwined with usage of AI, because everything we do, right? We go to office, we use Google Maps, or we go somewhere, we do, we do biometric, that is also AI. So everything that we do in life, has been intertwined by artificial intelligence in our life. So basically, we are all using AI right now. So next slide, please. Slide is not moving.
Lakshmi?
Is it stuck? Okay. Okay. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard about big data, right? What is big data? Can someone, raise your hand and tell me what big data is? There's no right or wrong in this session, so just try it out. What do you think big data is?
You can use the chat box, girls.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can use the chat
Please
box.
use the chat box.
What comes to your mind when you hear big data? Okay. So big data means humongous amounts of data. Okay. So you go to office, you have biometric data is being recorded. You go to a bank, you do a transaction, yes, you're right. Huge amount of data. So where is it getting collected? Everything we do, right? We go to office, biometric data is getting collected. You go to a bank, credit card transactions and debit card transactions, data is getting collected. You go shopping, you do a shopping on Amazon, you do any browsing, all the data is being recorded and it is stored. This is where big data comes from. It's a humongous amounts of data. Okay, what IBM claimed was from the beginning of recorded time. That means from the day we humans started recording data until 2003, we had created around 5 billion gigabytes of data. Okay, please listen to this: 5 billion gigabytes of data from the beginning of recorded time until 2003. The same amount of data in 2011 was created every 2 days. Okay, every 2 days. And the same amount in 2013, just 2 years later, it was being created every 10 minutes. That means humongous data was getting captured. Your Netflix, your Amazon, your YouTube, you name it, and data is getting recorded. Your Flipkart, right? You name it, and it was getting collected. So there was an exponential increase in both sample space and feature space. Okay, so this is big data. Now, what do you do with this data? Yes, it is data, right? What do you do with the data? So Han and Camber gave a quotation. They said, "World is data rich and information poor." Can someone type the interpretation of this? No, hold on, just a minute. So can someone interpret this? What do you mean by this? World is data rich and information poor. You can use the chat window. Take some time. I see that people are typing the answers. As I mentioned before, there's nothing like a right or a wrong answer. Just give it a try. How do you interpret this? World is data rich and information poor. I'll give you a hint. They say that it's water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. How do you analogously interpret this? Data collection, I see an answer. Data collection was easy and linked to everyone while information is being generated. Yes, that is right. Data generated is high, but insights from the data is less. Very good. This is the right answer. There's data everywhere, right? But the extraction of information from that is very less. That is what Han and Camber had suggested. That's good. It's a good insight. Yes, we have data everywhere, but it is not being used in a purposeful way. Next slide, please. Thank you. So data is similar to just a minute. So data is similar to gold mines. Okay, how they always say that data mining is gold mining, and what do they mean by that? One step by yeah. Okay, now here you see these numbers, right? 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. What do you think these numbers are? What do you think these numbers are? See, without a context, right? This is nothing but data. It can be anything. It can be your registration number. It can be your car number. It can be your account number. It can be anything. But if I give you a context, next please, another, yeah. If I give you context, I'll say this is the date and this is the item names. So now you know that this is the date and these are item names. Now again, what date is it? It might be a date of birth. It might be a date of your exam, date of your registration, date the day you started your work. What date is it? You have to get some insight. Next, please. Now, I'll give you an insight. I'll tell you, this is the date of birth, and the next attribute is the items that you bought in a store. So what you got was, from the context, you got insight. Okay. So now when you see the data, you will see all the date of birth, you'll see all the items bought in a store. Now you can start interpreting or looking into patterns. Okay. What are patterns? Next, please. So when you see the date of birth and items bought in a store, you will observe that senior citizens are buying certain type of items and youngsters are buying certain type of items, right? That is your pattern. So if you see from data, can you please go back? So from you can see from data 010101, when you got a context, you got the insight. With the insight, you got patterns, and with patterns, you can make decisions. As a store owner, you can say, okay, I have more youngsters coming into my store, so I'll buy more items that youngsters want. Right? You can make better business decisions based on the data that you have on hand. Okay, this is called as a DIKW model. Next, please. So, so same thing here. What is a DIKW model? Data, when given a context, becomes information. Information, when given insights, become knowledge. Knowledge, when given patterns, becomes wisdom. Wisdom is nothing but the intelligence. And this is what you use to make decisions either in business or in daily life. Always remember this DIKW model whenever you look at a problem, especially an AI related problem. You always look into this DIKW. How do I convert the data to information? Information to knowledge, knowledge to wisdom. Then use the wisdom to make decisions. Next slide, please. Yeah, next. Yeah. So there is one a famous quotation. It says, "In God we trust, all others bring data." Why is this? Why do you think Edward Deming said this? Thoughts, please. We would request you to use the chat window to put your thoughts in. Why did Edward Deming make this statement? I don't see anybody writing in the chat. Yes? What does this mean? So you see, all around you, there is more fake data than true data, right? The validity of data is so bad nowadays. The quality of data is so bad that we have to be very careful when we validate it. We should not just take it by face value, right? We have to weigh it and see, do you think is the data right or wrong? You might have seen many WhatsApp messages being sent, and you would not even know that it is fake. I'm sure many of you would have seen this, right? There's that this famous doctor died of a heart attack. He was a cardiologist, but he's fine. He's doing totally fine. Thank God for that. But that was totally fake news. But how would how would you trust it? So it is very important that your data, your underlying data, is valid and verified. Okay. So it is very important to understand that part of it. Okay. Now, from data to decisions. From data, you get information. From information, you get insights. From insights, you get decisions. Right? Decisions give you intelligence, and intelligence will give you wisdom. With wisdom, you can conquer the world. And I'm not underestimating it. With wisdom, we can conquer the world. Because wisdom comes with a lot of historical intelligence and also circumstantial intelligence, which will be important and useful to make decisions in life, both professional and personal. So what is artificial intelligence? Okay, so next, please. So artificial intelligence means machines that mimic human intelligence. Okay, traditionally, it is rule-based on patterns in historical data. That means when you have a lot of historical data, the artificial intelligence algorithms, they find the patterns and then they do the prediction and forecasting. Okay, it is traditionally it is more of rule based on the patterns of the data. For example, recommendation engines, right? In Netflix, I'm sure you would have seen. You have watched this movie. We recommend that you would like this too. Even in Amazon, you would say, they would tell you that, okay, you have bought this. Okay, people have bought this, have also bought these. You might like these, right? There will be recommendation based on this pattern. All these algorithms are based on the patterns in the historical data. Okay, also fraud detection. There'll be, it will find out if there is any anomalous or abnormal transaction in your transaction. Let us say you're doing transaction only for 100, 200 rupees. One day you make a transaction for 2,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees, for example. It will stop actually the ideal for our fraud detection algorithm will stop the transaction. Why? Because that transaction is not it's not in sync with your previous historical smaller transactions. That is an example of fraud detection. And chatbots, I'm sure you would have seen all these chatbots in all the applications. It'll help you with the customer service. They will all have fixed answers. Now look at this. Okay, this will give you a good idea as to what is the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, deep learning, and GenAI. I'm sure, when you initially start with this, you'll be confused. What are they talking? AIML, LLM, GenAI, chatbot, deep learning, neural net. What is all this? Remember, all of this come under the umbrella of artificial intelligence. You see the outer, circle here? That is the outermost, that is a superset. Machine learning, neural network, deep learning, generative AI, your chat GPT, everything comes under the umbrella of artificial intelligence. Okay, the others are flavors of it. Machine learning, see, artificial intelligence, if you see any planning and scheduling, knowledge representation, right? Or computer vision, it's all under artificial intelligence. Very specific machine learning will be your unsupervised learning, clustering, classification, reinforcement learning, right? All of this, recommendation engines, they'll all come under machine learning. Then you'll have neural networks, convolution neural networks and backpropagation. All of these come under neural networks. Deep learning is even more niche than the neural networks. And under deep learning will be generative AI. And inside generative AI comes your chat GPT. So you can imagine your chat GPT is a smaller innermost part of the entire artificial intelligence. Okay, please have this picture in your brain. Okay, don't get confused between machine learning, what is artificial intelligence, what is AIML. No, everything will come under artificial intelligence, and chat GPT will be one of the applications in your generative AI circle. Okay, we'll talk more about it, but just so that you understand these general terms, this infographic was presented to you. Okay, now comes why AI matters to us. Okay, next, please. You can go next. Yeah. So AI matters to us because it impacts jobs, it impacts education, it impacts business, right? Because everywhere you go to a job, you're asked, do you know AI? Why do they ask you? Because no matter whether you're an engineer or a non-engineer, nowadays all the jobs are integrated with artificial intelligence. Either it will help you to enhance your job or improve your productivity. Okay, by automation or by data exploration, which cannot be done easily by humans. AI can do it very easily for you. Tools are built. We'll see it in the next few slides. And education, business, same thing. So there's a rapid growth of AI in all disciplines of life. So we need to know what AI is, whether you're an engineer or a non-engineer. You need to understand the fundamentals of artificial intelligence because that is the new electricity now. Next slide, please. Okay. So there are a lot of industries which are using AI. You can complete the slide. Yeah. Yes. Another few. Yeah. That's it. Thanks. See, if you see, there are a lot of industries: food technology, logistics, healthcare, manufacturing, information technology, legal business, travel, real estate, fashion, agriculture, hospitality. These are only few to, for the sake of discussion, we have laid out here, right? But you take any industry, they are integrating their applications with artificial intelligence. For example, let us take food technology. How are they using AI? It might be in business, or it might be in order to do some research. For example, let us say there is a food industry which manufactures ketchup, okay, and they want to change the flavor of ketchup. If they want to change the flavor of ketchup, they have to first analyze if that changed flavor will produce revenue or not. So what they do is they look at historical data. Okay, let us say, let us take mayonnaise, for example. Let us say they have mint mayonnaise, and the mint mayonnaise is actually doing very good in market. They want to change the flavor to maybe some other flavor of mayonnaise. So what they'll do is, it is called as a cold start problem, wherein they have to start with this new or business, but they want to compare it how it might work out for them, or what kind of revenue it might get them. So they will compare it with the mint mayonnaise and see how it is, and then they'll predict how much they should release to the market. Okay, so food technology, they use it. Logistic transportation, all this will, there'll be AI algorithms to schedule the logistics and transportation. How much logistics should be transported in the next 2 weeks? How much logistics can be transported in the next 3 weeks? Right? Should I transport more or transport less? All this prediction can be done based on the historical data of the industry. Healthcare people are, doctors and nurses, and they are all doing personalization for their patients. How they'll take your history. For example, if my parents are diabetic, I'm not diabetic, but there is a high possibility that I am diabetic, right? So they will take my historical data and personalize the treatment for me. So all this personalization will be done by analyzing and extracting information from the historical data that I have. Similarly, in manufacturing, also, they will AI algorithms are used to predict how many items will be defected. In a given a batch of 100 items, how many might be defected? So, what to do about it? Right, all of those. And in fashion industry, you might have seen these Amazon and all. I recently was looking into nail polish, and it asked me to take the image of my hand and give it, so that when I select the nail polish color, it would actually show it on the image, and it will show the picture as how it will look on my hand. So that is how we can buy the products as well. Come in the near future, you can also see a lot of clothing also would be done the same similar way. They'll ask you to maybe enter your height and your weight and your picture, and then when you click on the clothing, it will put the clothing on the image and show how it looks. This will come very, very soon. Okay, so how is it done? This is also done by AI. Okay, image processing. There'll be clustering algorithms, classification algorithms. All of these will be used. Next, please. So there is a myth going on, right? Everybody is asking, am I going to lose my job because, AI is there? right? No. AI, because of AI, nobody is going to lose job. It will enhance your job. Okay, if you're doing 100%, it will do 20%. You will be doing the 80%, and you can use that 20% of yours to either reskill in something or improve your productivity and do more work. Okay, it's going to enhance the jobs. It will not replace the jobs. Another question is always on their minds: is AI only for engineers? No, again, it is for everyone, right? Everybody can use AI, not just the engineers. We'll see in the next few slides on how we can use it. Is it too complex? No, it is not actually complex. We have tools that exist that will, give the output of the AI. You don't have to worry about how the AI works. For example, your chat GPT. Do you know how exactly chat GPT works? You don't, but you're using it, right? That is easy. That's a tool for you to work on AI and get the results. Next slide, please. So yeah, AI in daily life would be like, learning, communication, productivity improvement. We spoke about creativity, how to be creative. Let us say you want to build a house, right? You'll say you have, maybe 30 by 40, and you want to build a house or make a plan. You have AI tools where you can just give a prompt. I have a 30 by 40 plot. Okay, and I want a house with these many rooms. I want, this much of area to be left out around the building. You just have to give a prompt and it will give you a very good architecture of it will give you a blueprint with even footwise plan. Okay, there are many tools for that. One of the tool is Mid Journey. If you just go and ask GPT, also it will tell you what are the tools that can give you blueprints of the architectural diagrams. Okay, and decision making. Once you have all these on hand, it's easy to make decisions. It will also allow you to visualize how your house would look in a 30-40 with your plan. If you tell them what kind of facade you want, what kind of colors you want, what kind of blending you want inside the rooms, all of that it will create and give it to you. Now we saw all the traditional AI used information and usage. Now, what is generative AI? Why are people talking about a lot of GenAI, LLMs, all right? Generative AI creates new content. Okay, it can create text when you can use for emails, you can use in your reports, you can use in your posts. It can create images. It can write code for you. If you tell them, if you write a statement saying that I want to write a Fibonacci series code in Python, it will give you the code. Okay, it can create presentations. Okay, it can create ideas and strategies. You might want to ask, okay, this is, for example, let us say you have exam in the next 3 months. You can give the prompt as, these are my subjects and I have 4 months to study. Give me a plan. Your GPT, your chat GPT will give you a day-by-day plan. Trust me, it really does a very good job. You should try that once. Okay, you try that once in your chat GPT. Ask chat GPT to give you your study plan and see how it works. Okay, next slide, please. So why should you care about GenAI? Right? You should care about GenAI because it's already changing how businesses work. People are already incorporating GenAI in marketing, for example, to create contents for advertisements, for campaigning. In finance, you can create reports. You can create forecasting and analysis also. All of these will be done using AI. You just have to provide the underlying data and the right prompt. In HR, it will create a resume for you. It will create job descriptions, and it will prepare you for the interview. In operations, you can, it does all the kind of documentation, decision support. In technology also, it gives you what is the next best action that needs to be done in this application. Should I approve it? Should I approve whatever has been submitted? All those things have been automated already. That is why, we should know what GenAI is and we should also use it. So there is a skill shift from doing the actual work to asking the right questions. Next, please. Another. Can you click once again, please? Okay. Now, one thing we should remember is AI or GenAI, it's not magic. Okay, it cannot do everything in life. GenAI and AI also have their own constraints. They have their own disadvantages. What is GenAI good for? Look at the last two rows, which are highlighted in green, high and high, right? So here GenAI works very well. And what are those? Content generation. Content generation, they can generate a lot of text, image, and video. Wherever you have cases where you have to generate reports, okay, give the data and generate some forecasting reports and create some synthetic data. Let's say you have a few documents, any kind of document, but you would need more documents for training the model. You can create synthetic data. You can use this GenAI to generate those content. Okay. Next is conversational user interfaces, your chatbots, your virtual assistant, your digital worker. In these cases, GenAI works very, very well because it ingests a lot of vocabulary around. It has a very good, notion of what word to pick next, and it does a good job. Now, a medium or where it performs on an average is segmentation or classification. Let us say you want to cluster your customers. Let's say you're a store owner and you want to cluster your customers so to see which cluster is bigger and which cluster is smaller. For example, customer segmentation. It doesn't do a very good job as of today. Okay. We might see better algorithms coming in the future, but as of today, it does an average job. And recommendation systems. Okay, for example, what is it? You have seen these Netflix and Amazon, right? It recommends. Sometimes it does a good job, sometimes it doesn't do a good job. But purely GenAI is not advisable for recommendation systems. You will have to use some traditional algorithms also, like clustering, classification, dimensional reduction should be included with GenAI. Only then your algorithms will be better. But only GenAI recommendation system, it is actually performing on an average. Now, the first two rows, it is low. What is it? Prediction and forecasting. What is prediction and forecasting? Let us say there is a risk prediction. I have a project. What are the risks in my project? Give it to GenAI. It doesn't do a very good job because it only works on the natural language processing. Okay. All the creativity, all your causality will not be well addressed by GenAI. You will have to include or merge it with more of traditional AI algorithms like deep learning algorithms, machine learning algorithms for you to get better results. This is very important, okay? Because as I mentioned before, GenAI or AI is not magic, okay? They are just tools for us which enhances our human intelligence and increases the productivity. Okay, next slide, please. So what are the GenAI use cases where where it's being used and it performs well? For example, in healthcare, there's a medical image synthesis. An X-ray is given. You can give an X-ray and then you can train the model to give a 10-page or a 20-page report on that X-ray based on the historical data. What is the diagnosis? What is the treatment that has to be given? Right? All of these, it does a very good job. Drug discovery and development, similarly. Okay, and personalized medicine and treatment plan. Okay, this is my history and this is my parents' history. What do you think my treatment plan should be? Okay, if we give that information, you'll get very good personalized treatment plans. In finance, we can predict market analysis. That has, but again, the output might not be as great as healthcare examples, but wherever numerical data is involved, quantitative data is involved, GenAI as of today doesn't do a very good job. Wherever pure qualitative or text is involved, it does an excellent job. Please bear that in mind. Okay, you will have to learn and incorporate traditional algorithms also in wherever you have quantitative data. Content creation. I recently saw a movie generated by AI, completely AI. Okay, they have free tools, and you just have to take one or two images, give that image to GenAI, and you stitch the story and give the story to the AI. It will generate a complete movie. Okay, even that is very interesting. Then NLP. What is NLP? Natural language processing. So as I mentioned before, wherever text is involved, it can do wonderful sentiment analysis. Okay, synthetic data generation. Wherever you want to you want to create more data, you can use GenAI. Next, please. What do we need in order to deliver AI solutions? Right, end to end. A business person comes and says, okay, this is the business problem. So what do you need as as a solution provider? First thing, you need data. Okay, data is very important. You should have a good volume of data. You should have the veracity. Veracity means how good the data is, how valid the data is. You should not have bad data. Okay, your data should be validated. That is very important. Next, you have to have a team. What would that team comprise of? A team comprised of a data scientist and a technical analyst. Okay, and a domain expert. Without domain experts, data scientists and AI technical analysts cannot do anything, because you need to understand what the domain is. Domain means healthcare is a domain. Food industry is a domain. Real estate is a domain. Agriculture is a domain, right? If you don't have the basic domain knowledge, then as a data scientist, you will only build models, but you'll not be able to validate it. You'll not be able to validate the data, nor will you be able to validate the output. So your quality of solution will not be good. So you need to have a team which will comprise of data scientists, domain experts, and AI engineers. In many cases, who are full stack developers, they will be both AI engineers and data scientists. They can also understand the data and also create the solution. So it is a jigsaw puzzle. We need everything. We need the data and the team to create a end-to-end AI solution. Please remember this. So how can students use AI in general, right? You can summarize your notes. You can explain the concepts. For example, what is eigenvector, right? What is this concept? Can you explain this concept thinking that I'm a 4-year-old, or thinking that I'm in the fourth grade? You can give the prompt in such a way that it explains the concepts for you. You can create presentations. You can solve simple problems. And also you can create videos and posters, right? And do scientific data analysis. Some of the data, when you have raw data on hand, the first thing you should do is explore the data. How do you do the exploratory data analysis? You can use GenAI for that, and even algorithms, traditional algorithms, to see how the data is correlated. What is the variance in the data? What is the heat map? How does it look? Should I cluster this data? Should I classify this data? All of this can be done using AI. Next, please. So there are, you can use AI for engineers, you can use AI for science and arts, you can use AI for management. Let us see some examples for each of these, okay? AI for engineers, some of the examples. code generation, right? It helps you write, review, and fix the code. You can say, generate Python and Java code to debug the errors quickly. It will give you a complete, report of where the bugs are present. How do you debug it and all those. So you can use GitHub Copilot for that. You can do simulation and modeling, right? Wherever, you can simulate circuits, mechanical systems, and fluid flow. Next, please. Next slide, please. Then you can do predictive maintenance. Where can you do? So for example, let us say there is, the system is failing very often. If you look at the historical data, you'll find patterns, and proactively you can say that, okay, this system is going to fail next week because there are these patterns that we see. You can do all that predictive maintenance. Okay, you can predict maintenance and avoid the failures. Then you can use, AI to power self-driving robotics. Like Tesla is using AI for self-driving, and drones. Now drones are in, a lot of use in agriculture. They're using drones. They let the drone fly over the, agricultural lands, find out where the plants have, need fertilizers, which fertilizer it needs, and it sprays automatically. Okay, all those automation can be done. Next, please. Data analysis and visualization. Given the raw data, the first thing that you need to do is explore the data. Find out where is the data missing. Fill the data. Is the data correct? Is it wrong? Can I use this data for further analysis? That should be the first thing that needs to be done. That also can be done by AI, and it will also visualize it for you. Okay. Similarly, face recognition, defect detection, traffic monitoring, chat bots, all of these can be done using AI. Next, please. So how can we use AI for arts and science? You can do research summarization. There'll be a lot of articles and papers, right? You will be reading articles, research papers by different people, and some of the research papers will be 20-page paper. But you would be interested maybe in a certain topic. For example, you're reading a paper which is 20-page, and you want to understand only the risks of that particular concept. You can give a prompt. You can upload this 20-page research paper and give a prompt. You please summarize the risks related to this particular topic or concept. It will list out only those from that paper. So it is very, it does like, it works like a personal assistant for you, right? You give the page and you ask the question, and, it will be given. If you want this 20-page research summary to be summarized in 3 points, it will do it. 5 points, it will do it. 10 points, it will do it, based on your requirement. Okay. Similarly, survey and research analysis. It can analyze the survey responses and trends for you. It can give you what are the patterns available in the research, what kind of action you can take. All those things can be done using AI. Next, please. How can you use in music, art, and creativity? If you can you can go to YouTube and watch this. Okay, they have created full cartoon movies using free AI tools. This is something that you should also try to do as arts and arts person. You should try to leverage AI to create movies, to create music compositions. Some of the music, I was looking into some of the music, the entire lyrics and the music composition is done by AI, and it's pretty good actually. That's you guys should try to explore those. Yes, suno.ai. Yes, that's right. And painting, digital art, everything can be done using by leveraging AI. Next, please. So how do you use AI in management? AI in management is, you can make smarter decision making, right? It is data-driven management. So you can use AI tools to to analyze the business data, sales data, customer behavior, how are the trends in the customer. You can do all these things. A student analyzing why sales dropped can use AI too. So let's say there is a sales drop. You can ask the AI to identify the pattern. Why did it drop? Is it going to drop again in the next future? All these questions can be asked for with the AI. So it's like having a mini business analyst with you. Next, please. AI, again, continuation, right? More you can use in generating customer segments, predicting what customers will buy, and how, which will, if you have more youngsters, if you have senior citizens, what will youngsters buy? What will senior citizens buy? What will the age group between 10 and 15 buy? All of these can be extracted by AI. Next, please. So other, yeah, you can, yeah, next. So other use cases for management would be, financial analysis and forecasting. You can take a 20-page financial analysis report and ask GPT to, just summarize it in 1 page or in 5 lines or in 5 points. It will do it for you. Okay. All the market research summaries. You can do the market research analysis, social media and brand management, customer segmentation. All of these can be done using AI. Next, please. There are many tools. Okay, every day we see new tools. One day we see a tool, in 2-3 weeks it will be gone. It will be replaced by a new tool. But some of the tools, that have been long-standing are your ChatGPT. I'm sure all of you know this. Then Google Gemini, then Microsoft 365 Copilot, Tableau for data visualization, Grammarly AI for professional writing, Prism is a new AI research tool, Notion AI is for note summarization, and for art students, this is a generalized statement. It is a creative partner for you. And for science students, it's a research assistant. You can think of it like that. Okay. And instead of you doing that work or having somebody else do that work, you can leverage AI. Yes, lot of tools are there. Next, please. So what is a prompt? Okay. I know I have 7 minutes, but I think I have much more slides than that. So I'll go a little faster. So a prompt is an instruction you give to GenAI. Okay. Now you see this, right? Write a report is a bad prompt. Okay. It can hallucinate a lot if you just write a report. A good prompt would be write a 1-page market analysis report on EV. Okay, on EV adoption in India for MBA students with examples. This is a good prompt. Next, please. Why are we saying it's a good prompt? Next. Because please remember, when you write a prompt, it should have the CCCO framework. What is that? You should first give the context. Okay, what is the context here? It is a EV adoption. You want a market analysis report for EV adoption. That is the context. What is the business situation, right? It's a business situation. Then clarity. What do you want? I want a report. Okay. Do you want 1-page report or a 10-page report? You're clearly you're giving a clarity. You want a 1-page report. What is the constraint? You're saying I want with examples. That's the constraint, right? And then output, right? You want it in a single page, report. You can say PDF or whatever, bullets, chart, you can give those. So you should always have the context, clarity, constraint, and output. These 4 are the fundamental attributes of a good prompt. Then your LLM or large language model will understand. Well, go next, please. So there are many types of prompting: one-shot prompting, few-shot prompting, chain of thought prompting. Next, please. I saw that, your next session is about prompting, and I'm sure, the keynote speaker will speak more about these. So I'm going to skip this. Next, please. For engineers, okay, remember that for what do you mean by prompting? For engineers, it is, prompting teaches you the interface. It facilitates the solution. So good prompts will lead to better decisions. So you should understand what AI can do and what AI cannot do. For engineers, AI literacy means understanding the geometry, probability, and failure modes. For you, it is not just the user interface. You need to understand the mathematical foundations of AI while using prompting. Next, please. You must have heard about hallucination, right? What is hallucination? Hallucination is when a system gives you a right answer or an answer that sounds correct, but it is actually made up. So there was this real incident in the US when a lawyer prepared a legal brief in a case using GPT, but it had completely fabricated all fake legal cases, and he had submitted it, and he was sanctioned for some time. Same thing happened recently in Deloitte. Okay, Deloitte, I'm not sure which company it was, wherein they had given a report without verifying, and it had revealed a lot of company data. I think they were also, both the manager and the person who generated the report was given the time of life. Next, please. So, for non-engineers, okay, if you want to understand why AI hallucinates, AI actually doesn't know the information like how human know. Okay, we have indexes, right? But they don't have indexes. They just go by the patterns that they have seen in the past, whatever it has learned in the past, and it gives a probability. If you look at this diagram here, there's a prompt on the left hand side, right? On the right hand side, you see truth and you see probability. The trajectory from prompt to probability is what AI does. Based on the patterns that you provide, historical patterns, it will give you an answer as a probability. But the truth might or might not coincide all the time. This is something that you must understand. Non-engineers, right? Engineers, you should know that AI models do not know the facts. They navigate probability in a high dimensional representation space. What does it mean? It means if you take a direction, how many dimensions you have? North, east, west, and south. 4 dimensions you have. So if I say northeast, you know exactly where northeast is. But for AI models, they will have thousands of dimensions, thousands and thousands of dimensions. So when I say cat and a dog, it will not have a parameter, cat and a dog, but it will be in a cluster. But if I say cat and a human being, the distance between cat and human being will be further away from cat and a dog. Okay, in the dimension, in the space, in the feature space. That is how it represents. So that is why hallucination is something that we cannot avoid, but we should be aware of it. So how do you handle it? Next, please. How to manage hallucinations? This is for everybody, right? AI, it is not lying, okay? It just predicts based on the pattern. But sometimes the predictions look exactly like the truth, even when they are completely false. So verification of AI generated document by a human is critical. Please read this again. A human intervention of all the AI generated document has to be done. It has to be there. A human should be in the loop while validating the documents or the output of the AI. Because as of today, there is no AI solution which is 100% correct. It might be 99.99999, but that 0.0001 times of error might be on your head. So be very careful. Even that 0.0001%, there should be a human to validate whatever AI has generated is right or wrong. Only then it has to be submitted and taken forward. Next, please. Yeah, next, please. I think we have finished these. Yeah, we have completed. Yes, we have completed. So what are the AI career opportunities for engineers? It will be you can be an AI engineer, data scientist, a product manager, etc. But for non-engineers, it will enhance your work. Okay, it'll act as a assistant for you. All the creativity will be done by the AI. Next, please. There are risks and ethics. Okay, fake information. This we have seen. You have to validate the data and information before you take it forward. Do not take it by, by its face value. It might not be right. There's a lot of fake information going around. People are taking advantage of it. So make sure that you don't foster on fake information. Privacy concern. You should be careful not to give out your Aadhaar card numbers and all your private phone numbers in GPT, because we don't know how it is going to use. Okay. Over dependence. Don't be over dependent on GPT. If you ask what is 2 into 2, please don't go to GPT to do a 2 into 2. Okay. Please use your brains as much as possible so that you keep your creativity alive. So what should you do? You should verify information, use AI responsibly, and avoid blind copying. You have to validate it before you submit it. Next, please. I'm not sure if we have time, because I think I was given time till 5, but I would really, urge you guys to open your chat GPT and, ask this. Explain AI to your grandmother. Ask, ask GPT how to explain AI to your grandmother. Okay. It will give you very interesting examples, and I'm sure you'll enjoy these things. Okay. You please solve this later maybe. Okay, what are the key takeaways? The key takeaways are: jobs evolve, new roles will emerge, continuous learning is needed. Keep reskilling yourself, keep upskilling yourself with AI and AI tools. Okay, both engineers and non-engineers. Next, please. So, yeah, AI is for everyone, right? Not just for engineers, it's for non-engineers as well. You have to learn, practice, apply, and smart users will win. Next, please. So the final thought: AI will not replace you, but someone using AI will replace you. So it is very important that you know the concepts, fundamental concepts of AI to whatever extent you're using. Engineers can go technical, non-engineers can go non-technical, but we need to have AI in our lives. Any questions? I know we don't have time. Lakshmi, if we don't have time, please collate the questions and send it to me. I will make sure that I answer those. But if we have time, we can take the questions now.
Sure, I can collate it and get.
Okay. Sounds good. So if you have any questions, please send me those and I'll be more than happy to interact with you. I am also available on LinkedIn. So, we can connect there as well. Whatever questions you have in your life, in your future, in your career, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Preethi. I think that was wonderful. I think you tried to address diverse participants in terms of coming from different backgrounds: engineering, science, arts, management. I think that was wonderful. I'm sure everybody had some piece to learn from it. Definitely, for me, it was personally, some nuggets were very, very useful. Yeah, Lakshmi, over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Preethi. I hope the girls, they have understood about what is big data, right? And about the prompt engineering, basically. Recently, like 2 days ago, I got a reel of, prompt engineering, because without giving a proper prompt, right, the reels will be collapsed. They asked them to repeat the photo of the husband. Okay. It actually gave the husband, wife as the husband and husband as the wife. So you have to give a prompt engineering in that. I hope all the students also understood that. And nowadays, these interviews, they are giving the mock interviews actually. Yeah. So the girls, they can use that as a tool to, use for their mock interviews. And again, I hope all the girls are also using ChatGPT, Google Gemini, right? Grammarly AI. Grammarly AI is so useful. And then that too, when you are, emailing someone in the
Yes.
office space. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
And
So,
girls,
yeah.
Yes, Preethi, yeah.
No, I'm done. So any questions, or later also you can please connect with me.
Yes.
And I'll be more than happy to, work with you and understand your questions. Thank you.
Definitely. Definitely. Girls, if you have any questions, please post it in the chat. I will take it up and then I will get back to you guys. Okay, I'll post it. Thank you.
Thank you all.